Hey guys, today's video is actually going to be a pregnancy update. I haven't done any pregnancy or kid related videos on my channel before, but I think I want to start including them if you guys would like to watch. So I was thinking of maybe doing an update every 2-ish weeks. And I know it's kind of weird starting off like past the middle mark because this is going to be my update for 21 and 22 weeks. On the day I'm filming this, I will be 23 weeks as of tomorrow. So it is a little strange, but I wanted it not only to share my experience with you guys, but also for me to look back on. I think it will be interesting to see. This is my second pregnancy. Max is actually just turned 6 on this past Monday on the 16th, and it's honestly been so long that you think that you wouldn't forget details of something like a pregnancy, especially the bad parts, but as I progress further along in this pregnancy, I realize so much is different and so much I had completely forgotten about until the symptoms came back around again with this one. And then I was like, oh yeah, that really sucked. So I do want to start off this particular update with the 2 baby purchases we have made. We have been putting off buying anything for this baby for a few reasons. We are getting a lot of stuff from family and friends. We have a lot of family that has young kids, and like, honestly, buying everything new for a baby is completely ridiculous in my opinion. They grow so fast, especially clothing. Babies don't have time to ruin clothes. So yes, it's kind of nice to buy a few outfits here and there that are brand new, but unless they completely soil it and stain it up, it's so great to pass it on to somebody else because it takes up room in your home and it saves other new moms money on things that their baby is going to outgrow so quickly, like newborn and 0 to 3 month clothing. When Max was a baby, he was in newborn clothes for less than a week, and he hardly wore any of it. And I had bought so much of it new. So it's almost a waste. And same with 0 to 3 months. At least Max, which is my only reference really, he was not in those clothes for 3 months. He was into 3 to 6 month clothes by the time he was a month and a half or 2 months old. So they don't get the same wear and tear as the clothing does when they're moving kind of into the toddler or preschool age. Like now that Max, he's in grade primary, now he ruins clothes faster than he outgrows them, if that makes sense. Like his pants, he rips the knees out of his pants before he grows too tall for them. Stuff like that. So we're getting a lot of stuff as hand-me-downs from family, which I can see how that could come off as kind of cheap or stingy. I assure you we can afford to buy our child clothing, but what is the point when we can use that money for something else, if that makes sense? And that includes bigger furniture. I believe we're getting a crib as a hand-me-down. We're getting a car seat that is still in perfect condition. Same with a bath, a bassinet. All that stuff has been so lightly used, it's basically new anyways. And we're getting it from people we know also. We're not just getting it from strangers. That was a long tangent. I'm so sorry. So we have only bought 2 items. I didn't even get into the second reason. We are moving. Either mid-February or early March, we are moving into a house. We're just renting it. We're not buying it. So the less stuff I bring into the small apartment already is less stuff I have to move soon, in the next few weeks. So that was kind of my thinking on it as well. And like right now we don't have anywhere to put the stuff really, which is why we're moving. So when we buy stuff after we move, it can go straight into the room that's going to be in the nursery. Both of these items, if you follow me on Instagram, which is linked in the description bar below, I'm Emily and Max everywhere except for Snapchat. You will have seen both of these things because I used them in my, wow, look how this changed the color. I used these in my pregnancy, like official pregnancy announcement. So this is just a onesie. It is 3 to 6 months, so it is quite big. And it just says hashtag 2017 because obviously this baby is being born in 2017. And I just thought that this was really cute. And the second thing are these little cute shoes. These are 0 to 3 months. They're soft sole, obviously. And they would just be kind of something comfy to wear when we go out if we didn't want the baby to have bare feet, which I'm not due until mid-May. So in the warmer weather, the baby will probably be barefoot a lot of the time, but just in case, we have some little shoes, and they were cute for the photo. I've been writing down the changes I've kind of seen in the last 2 weeks, as this is weeks 21 and 22. If you want me to kind of go back in time and describe how I was feeling in like the first trimester and then before I've started these videos, just let me know in the comments below and I can do that for you. I obviously remember how I was feeling, but it just wouldn't be as specific as it's going to be from now on. I just kind of want to quickly run through how I've been feeling, how things have changed, just stuff like that. So starting at 21 weeks, I've definitely had more energy. I'm back to filming videos and doing blog posts. I've picked up a lot more shifts at work. I just want to do as much as I can while I'm feeling this great, because at the beginning of the pregnancy, I was feeling terrible. It was really hard on me. And then, are we like really slanted? Sorry. And then I know at the end, I'm going to also be not feeling so great. I'm going to be really big and moving around is going to be hard for me. I'm not going to have as much energy when I'm nearing the end of this pregnancy. So I'm trying to get as much done, as much hours as possible. I'm getting some more exercise now that I have more energy, and I've just been doing a lot better. I'm feeling more like myself. You know what? Like, it's not, I'm going to describe it as kind of like when you have the flu, but being pregnant is nothing like having the flu, just for those of you that want to try and make that comparison. You know when you have the flu or even a really bad cold and you just don't feel right. That's how I've been feeling up until 21 weeks. I mentioned in my last few videos how my skin has been really dry, and I think there's like two parts to that, and part of it is that it is winter and my skin has always dried out, but it's always dried out to be about normal dry, like normal to dry skin in the winter time. If you didn't know, I have super oily skin in the warmer months, but this is more than just normal to dry skin. Like, my skin has been so dry I could literally peel it off, no matter how many hydrating serums I use. I've been using oils. I have really rich moisturizers. Like, I am trying everything, and my skin will look great right after I do my skincare routine and even for the next hour or so. But then midday I look in the mirror and I can see, like, it's not even just where my breakouts are. I've stopped using any acne treatments because that was, oh my god, I couldn't handle how dry my skin was. It was like I would smile and you'd feel like your face was going to crack. That's how dry it felt. But even like further down here, in between my eyebrows, around my nose, like my skin is just peeling off. And I'm really struggling to find a solution to that. I've been drinking more water. If you do know a solution to that, please let me know, because I've been really struggling with it. And like, makeup doesn't look great over top of it. in order to get my foundation to even look like this, which is not great, I had to basically have a shower and Max Fix Plus before I applied my foundation, and then after I was finished all my face products. Like, I know that's not really that big of an issue that your makeup doesn't look good, but when you really enjoy the time to apply your makeup, when you have the time to do it, it's really frustrating to have your skin not be cooperating. Around 21 weeks, I felt that my nausea was returning a little bit. I was super sick at the beginning of my pregnancy to the point that I couldn't eat, I couldn't work. I had to go on medication for it. I went on Declectin, if you were wondering, which did help a lot, which I've stopped taking at this point. But I noticed that I would go from feeling fine to all of a sudden feeling immediately nauseous, so sick I had to like run to the bathroom. If this is TMI, I'm so sorry. And it was always because I was hungry, but I wouldn't have any hunger feelings up until that point. And then I would eat and the nausea would go away. So that leads me into the next thing. I have been like ravenous and thirsty, and it comes on randomly, really. It's not even around meal times necessarily. So I will feel fine, and then all of a sudden I'm starving, or all of a sudden I like feel like I can't breathe. I'm so thirsty. And I of course try and like maintain it. I have meals at regular times. I even have snacks in between my meals, kind of like right in the middle between each meal. Just because when you're pregnant you need more calories anyways. But it comes on so suddenly. It was so weird. While I'm at work, I've been noticing the last 2 weeks that my ears start ringing. I work on my feet in the food service industry. And after about like the 5-hour mark, my ears start ringing. And I think it's just from standing up for so long. There's nothing I can really do about that. I can't really go and just sit down randomly. I'm really busy at work. And it doesn't make me lightheaded or anything. It's just like all of a sudden I have ringing in my ears, and it's actually really distracting for me. But I'm gonna bring it up at my next doctor's appointment, of course, but I'm not too worried about it. And along with that, I've been starting to get some cramping at the end portion of my shift. I work 8 hours a day. And I think, again, it's just from being on my feet all the time. I get cramping in my lower back and, of course, right in my belly. And it's just, I don't think it's quite Braxton Hicks yet. Usually that doesn't, well, with Max that didn't start until a little later on in the pregnancy. I think it's just because I am so front heavy now that my body is just trying to hold up the extra weight, and I'm on my feet the whole time, so it doesn't really have a rest. In terms of cravings, white cheddar everything. White cheddar rice cakes, white cheddar Smart Food popcorn, white cheddar Kraft Dinner. All things that are not really good for you, but that's all I want. As a snack, that's all I want. Which rice cakes aren't that bad for you, but I will eat. So you know how they come in like a sleeve, like I don't know, like this big, and it has like 2 sections that are separately sealed off. I will eat one whole section for a snack, which is probably like 300 calories. Oh my god, that makes me feel so bad just thinking about it. That's a lot of food. But my weight gain and everything has been right on track. I've gained 10 pounds so far going into my 23rd week. I think that's pretty good. Going into your second trimester, you should be gaining about 1 pound a week, which works out to be pretty accurate. In terms of exercise, if I have the day off through the week, I will walk to get Max from school, which is 1 kilometer both ways. It's all downhill on the way to his school, but it's uphill going back. If I'm working, I obviously drive because I get off at 2 o'clock and the bell rings for him to be dismissed from school at 2:30. So I don't have time to like drive home, park my car, and then walk the kilometer down to get him in time for the bell to ring. So I do drive on those days, but walking really does feel good. It is getting quite hard to get up that hill again, but I'm just trying to persist and do it. I'm not pushing myself too hard, of course, but I want to maintain some sort of fitness level during this pregnancy. I don't want to give up completely and then have to start from the bottom again. I'm not cleared for any weightlifting, anything like that, like I used to do. I used to follow like a bodybuilding style workout, which I'm obviously not a bodybuilder, but like those are the style workouts that I would do and that I would enjoy, and I can't do any of that now. I'm only cleared for walking, really. So as opposed to walking on a treadmill or an indoor track now that it's winter, I've just been walking down to get Max, and it is quite cold. But if it's -5 or lower, I just drive, even if I'm home for the day, because that's a little too cold to walk a kilometer there and a kilometer back comfortably for me. And I've also been doing some yoga. So Yoga with Adriene is my favorite yoga channel here on YouTube, and she has her series. She does a series every January. The last 2 years I followed them like day for day. This year I'm struggling to keep up with the pace. Like some of the videos are a lot longer, others are shorter, some are ab focused, which I can't really do, stuff like that. But on the days I'm feeling particularly good, energy wise, or even on days I'm feeling a little tired, her shorter videos have been doing wonders for me. I'm just careful with some of the twisting movements. I don't do anything that requires too much ab work, because I find that really, really uncomfortable, because when you're pregnant, your ab muscles kind of separate to make room. So working those muscles while they're like, I don't know, being pulled apart, I find quite painful. So like, you shouldn't be experiencing any pain when it comes to exercise ever, but I'm trying to be especially wary of that while I'm pregnant. And I'm also not pushing myself too far into poses. If I'm struggling with balance, I just skip it. I don't want to fall over. Of course, that'd be dangerous. And then I don't push myself into too much of a stretch, because when you're pregnant, your body releases a hormone called relaxin, which loosens up all your joints and ligaments. It's because your body is growing so quickly. It's trying to make room for a baby. It moves your bones around a little bit, like especially in your hip and pelvic area and your rib cage, I think. But because it just releases the hormone, it makes you susceptible to sprains or other kinds of injuries to your ligaments across your whole body. Like, you can't just release a hormone in one specific area, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to be really careful with like my knees, my ankles, my shoulders, and my back, things like that, like really important parts of your body. I'm trying to be especially careful with when I'm doing yoga. I know this video is getting really long at this point because I rambled on so much, but because this is the first update I'm doing, I feel like I have a lot to talk about. Lastly, sorry, I was using my iPad. I had my little list on it. I'd like to share a few maternity pieces I picked up from Old Navy. Old Navy always has great sales going on, whether it's 30% off denim or 50% off layering pieces, which is what this sweater was. This was a $50 sweater, maternity sweater, that was 50% off because they're starting to get their spring stock in. They always have amazing deals. So these are not the first maternity clothes I have bought ever, but I will show you what I have on now, which is all Old Navy, but first I'm going to show you the other pieces I picked up. So I picked up this workout tank top here. It has a built-in bra, which is actually really comfortable. I'm finding bras like with an underwire super uncomfortable lately, but like I can't really wear sports bras because those compress in so much and I really feel like I can't breathe when I put those on. So I thought this would be something good for one when I'm doing yoga or going for a walk, or just on an everyday basis. I can wear this. It's lightweight and super comfortable. On the back, it's just a racer back here, and it has a mesh panel underneath your shoulder blades right here, which is really breathable. But it's really flowy, and then it has the elasticated sides here, so it will still fit as you progress through your pregnancy. I've just been getting everything in my regular size, so this is a small and it fits me perfectly right now. Another top I got is just a basic long sleeve in a navy, which goes with everything. Super comfortable. It's like a lightweight cotton, I would say. Also in a small. Again, it's just basic, and then what makes it maternity, of course, is the elasticated sides here so that it will stretch as your belly grows, and this just fits really nicely. Sorry, bag's just going back there. Oh, did you want to know the prices? I didn't even think. So this activewear top was $26.94 Canadian dollars, of course. The top was $29.94. Lastly, besides what I'm wearing, I bought yoga pants. Up until more recently, I've just been wearing my regular workout pants because they're already stretchy and they were fitting fine. But as I get bigger, they're feeling like really tight on the bottom of my belly, and I didn't like that. So I did get a pair of maternity workout pants, but these will be great no matter what. I can just wear them as regular leggings. They don't look too sporty. They're just a really dark gray, and they have a skinny leg, but they are full length, and they have the full panel, which that is key. I have discovered that the full panel on the pants like this is so much more comfortable and fits so much nicer than the side panel pants. So these I got in a medium. Again, this is my regular size in yoga pants. Would be a medium, and these were $27.94. Just for reference, with what I meant with the full panel, these pants aren't part of my haul. I got these quite a while ago, but these are also from Old Navy. This is a side panel pant here, so it still buttons up, but then the sides stretch. And I find these don't fit well. They don't fit well on the bum because the pants the whole way around, like, it doesn't fit tightly anymore. So it like makes my butt look really saggy, which you would think that you wouldn't really care, but it's not only that, but they're just not really that comfortable. Okay, next I'm wearing a pair of jeans and a shirt. I'm not sure if I'll be able to show you very well. So this is just a dark gray knit long sleeve. This was 50% off. It's super thick, super warm. I don't have anything on underneath it. And this is what it looks like. It has split sides here. And again, I got this in a small, and it is quite stretchy. Like, I have quite a lot of room to grow in this, and it will fit fine. And then these jeans, I can't really show you well. They're a really dark wash, and they are skinny jeans, which are the kind of jeans that I wore before. And these are the full panel. So see how like the bottoms of the jeans just look like regular pants. They button and unbutton, but like you can't see anything. But even through the back, they fit just like a regular jean would. But then they have this full panel, which not only makes it more comfortable, but if your shirt ends up being like a little bit too short, like if it were like this, you still don't see skin, if that makes sense. And I find the Old Navy pants have a really good band at the top here, which isn't uncomfortable at all. It just fits really nicely like a standard pair of like leggings would. So this is what the bump is looking like now. I have gained some weight in the love handle area, if you can, I'm not sure if you guys can tell, like right here, which I'm hoping is just kind of water weight and I don't have to deal with that afterwards. But this baby is measuring quite a bit bigger than should be for right now. So we'll see how it progresses as we go. I hope he's not too big of a baby. I didn't mention that we do know it's a boy. So this is what we're looking like. All these stretch marks I got with Max, and they were all white like these ones here where you can hardly see them, but now that they're getting stretched out again, they are getting some color back into them, which I hope doesn't mean that they're going to get bigger, but I'm applying like so many oils and lotions and it doesn't seem to be helping. But this is what the belly looks like so far. I've kept my belly button so far, which I find kind of funny because I lost it really quickly with Max. I'm getting a line right here that goes like around, but not like completely around my whole bump, which is weird. And again, some of these stretch marks like here, 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 turning red again. And this is what I was talking about, like the little bit of side love handle that's coming up. But so far, the only weight I've gained really has been here in my love handles and of course my belly. So I'm pretty happy with that. Put my full panel back on. So that is everything I wanted to share with you guys in this 21 and 22 week pregnancy update. Let me know what you'd like to see down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!